Hello and welcome to this short series of devotions that I hope will help us to prepare for new wine so that we can minister well to the people that we meet in Access. My name is Ian White, and in the next few days I'd like to talk you through part of Paul's letter to the Philippians to prepare our hearts for what we shall be doing. So first of all, maybe you'd like to find a Bible or browse to Philippians chapter 1 and read the whole of the chapter, and we're going to come back and look particularly at the first few verses. Now, Philippians is a Bible book which is wonderfully positive. I have a friend, we'll call him Martin, who went on a business manager's training course. They focused at one point in the course on the mindset of the managers and how important it is to remain positive, particularly in situations where other people may be pouring all sorts of negative stuff into the conversational pot. And it was recommended that the participants on the course read lots of positive books. And the most positive, said the trainer, were parts of the Bible, especially Philippians. And that got Martin thinking. He began reading the Bible. And it wasn't long before he began a relationship with God, primarily from reading this book. Not only is it a positive book, it's also a most profound book. It contains Paul's reflections on who Jesus really is to help us understand him. And along with that go passages on the lifestyle of a Christ follower, some of which are something of a wake-up call. And Paul doesn't leave it with us individually. He gives examples of what it means to be connected together, especially connected together in a ministry project. And that's why it's so good for us to reflect on in the run-up to new wine. Philippians was written for highly personal reasons. Paul wasn't aiming to be dogmatic, like he was in Romans, where he unpacked the nature of our salvation. Nor is it like Corinthians, where he's trying to solve some fairly serious pastoral problems in the church. Philippians was written because the church had sent Paul a generous gift, probably a significant sum of money. And this was Paul's thank you letter. Now, the money had been brought to Paul by Epaphras, one of the leaders. And so Paul is overflowing with gratitude in almost every chapter. In these verses you've just read, Paul takes a stereotypical form of a letter. You know, we have dear sir and then yours sincerely, or dear darling and then love and kisses. So long as you don't send the latter one to your solicitor, you're fine. And he adapts it to say something rather more. In verse 1 he says, Paul and Timothy, servants of Jesus Christ. Now, the original word is the term used to describe a slave, a person who is completely owned by their master. So right from the outset, he's reminding us that however much or however little we feel we are gifted, we are servants of a master, Jesus Christ. He has the right to everything we are and all we can bring. Now, Philippians comes from the heart of two people, Paul and Timothy. Two men who enjoyed a particular type of connection as mentor and student. Now, Paul, throughout his ministry, put a heavy emphasis on training others to do God's work. He wanted to pass on to others what God had done for him. And isn't that what we want to do too? Elsewhere, Paul said, Timothy, don't let anyone despise you because you are young. I want to rephrase that and say, don't let anyone despise you because you have special needs. We know from the Bible that the potential which God released in Timothy was huge. And who knows, the potential we could release in the people we minister to at New Wine could have a life-changing impact, quite literally transformational. And that's what I, for one, am praying for as we get ready for this year's event. God bless you.